Good morning, boss.
Good morning, Tatu. Are you ready to meet our guests?
Boss.
What is it?
My car, it's been stolen.
Stolen?
Yes, I left it right there.
Oh, surely you must be mistaken. I mean, who would steal a car on Fantasy Island? Especially of that size. No, you must have parked it somewhere else.
No, boss, I parked it right there.
Tatu, please. We mustn't keep our guests waiting. I'm sure your car will turn out. Come on, let's go. Mrs. Helena Marsh and her son Jamie, all the way from New York City.
Must be some mistake. This lady was here before. And you never let anyone come back twice on Fantasy Island.
Oh, there are exceptions to every rule, my friend, especially when one's fantasy wasn't completed the first time around.
Not completed? We had a fashion show with all those designers from all over the world. She won the first prize, didn't she?
Oh, she did indeed, and it's led to great success in the fashion industry ever since.
Then how come her fantasy was not completed?
Because while she was here the first time, she met a man and fell in love. A love she never revealed to anyone. Now, 4 years later, she's asked us to make everything as it was then.
You mean we're gonna have another fashion show with all those pretty girls?
Well, naturally. Pretty girls are an essential part of such activities, Tatu. Do you recognize that man, Tatu?
No. Why should I? Is he some kind of a VIP?
Not at all, and that's the point. Mr. Tony Emerson is the kind of person who gets lost in a crowd. To himself and to the world, he's a nobody.
He wants to become somebody?
Oh, he does indeed, Tatu. A very special kind of somebody. For this weekend, Mr. Emerson wants to be a hero.
A hero? What kind of a hero?
The kind that are his favorites in the movies. John Wayne, Charles Bronson, Clint Eastwood.
That guy? Oh, boss, why don't you forget the whole thing?
Your faith could move a molehill. Believe me, for this weekend, Mr. Emerson will become the toughest man alive. My dear guests, I am Mr. Rourke, your host. Welcome to Fantasy Island.
Well, that's it. Another layoff.
How long?
Who knows? Man, I don't need this.
Tell me about it.
If it's time you got serious about your career, Superior Training Services has the answer. In less time than you think, you can be working as a heavy equipment operator or as an over-the-road truck driver. Call Superior right now.
This collection of butter-flavored Crisco cookie maker recipes can be yours free. Try one and just watch what happens. Butter-flavored Crisco is the recipe for success. And with 50% less saturated fat than butter, it's ideal in these new butter-flavored Crisco cookie maker recipes, which can be yours free. Just call 1-800-4-BAKING. Call now and get these cookie maker baking tips, too. Call 1-800-4-BAKING now.
Marsh. It's nice having you back on Fantasy Island again.
It's nice being back. Darling, why don't you go and find a table, and then I'll join you in a minute.
Okay.
He's certainly grown to be a big and handsome lad, huh?
Yes, hasn't he? Jamie doesn't know why we're here, apart from the fashion show and a small vacation.
I understand. Oh, I'm sure he'll have a good time.
I suppose you think that I'm rather foolish for,
For being in love? No. Never, Mrs. Marsh.
In my country, it's a national pastime.
even when you don't tell the one that you're in love with?
Oh, I assure you, Mrs. Marsh, the world is filled with secret loves.
Were you really able to make things exactly the same as they were last 4 years?
As much as possible. But many things have, of course, changed. You, for instance.
Me?
Oh, most definitely. The last time you arrived, your husband had just died 3 months before, and you were busy picking up the pieces of your life and the fashion career you abandoned when you married. And financially, running a hospital school in the slums of Calcutta hadn't made you an exactly prosperous woman.
Well, I suppose some things have changed. I remember I had $48.10 to my name when I stepped off that plane the first time.
And now you are quite a success. But as for the rest of your fantasy, as it was 4 years ago, the Fantasy Island Festival of Fashions is once again being held. And among the designers and newsmen and spectators are the same three very eligible bachelors who were here the first time. For instance, Count Rafael Delgado.
Here, Raphael.
The famous French designer Jean Montaigne.
He never changes.
And, of course, the American fashion critic, Mr. Edwin Summers.
You are amazing.
We try to please. But enjoy your lunch, and I'll see you this afternoon.
This afternoon?
Yes, the first round of the fashion festival.
Oh, of course.
Now, if you'll excuse me. Tattoo.
Guess I'm having second thoughts, Mr. Rourke. I mean, I'm a passable engineer. You put a drawing board in front of me, I'm a good problem solver. But try to make me into a hero like the Duke or Clint Eastwood or Charles Bronson.
Have faith, Mr. Emerson. This is Fantasy Island. Do you know the only actual difference between you and those macho superheroes you just mentioned?
Well, I always thought I did.
It's that, like almost everyone, you utilize only 10 to 15% of your true potential. Whereas heroes, through all history, have been those able to tap and use tremendous power and courage.
What's this?
It is said that Samson, before facing the Philistines, harnessed his inner strength with a draft very similar to this one. That inner strength is yours, with just one sip. Would you like to test it yourself?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Feel kind of strange. I don't know how I feel. Feel kind of... Huh?
Unbend it.
Are you kidding?
Please try, Mr. Emerson.
Unbend a horseshoe?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I did it. I really did it. Oh, Mr. Rock, what do I do now?
I suggest you return to your bungalow. There you will find a wardrobe more appropriate for your weekend. After that, it's up to you.
Milk.
What are you all dressed up for? Come on, take off that trick-or-treat costume and, let's see those pretty legs.
My sister Anna does not...
Look out, Buster! We don't need you.
What about me?
What is that, milk you're drinking?
You want some? Creep?
See, Sam? I told you, he's the only man who can help us.
Help you?
How? I'm almost afraid to tell. Even you. It would take the toughest man alive to help us.
What do you got in mind?
And now for the next entry for the Fantasy Island Fashion Festival. Coming all the way from Paris, France, Monsieur Jean Fontaine et sa collection se colle Les Papillons. Couturier has done wonderful things. Notice the straight décolleté neckline. Magnifique.
Just like your father. Always feeding someone. You have to be Dr. Marsh's son.
How did you know that?
You look just like him. My name is C.B. Singh. I am covering the fashion show for my newspaper in Calcutta.
My name's Jamie.
Yes, I know. The last time I saw you, you were running around in diapers.
Did you know my father well?
He raised me. Along with some 200 or so other children, of course. Without your father, I never would have learned to read or write. I was very sad to hear that he had died.
Thank you.
So, 4 years later, you can imagine how happy I was to hear that your mother would be here also. She was much loved, too.
I'm sure she'll be happy to see you, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the last entry of this afternoon, Elena Marsh, Moonlight in India.
That'll be Mom. I gotta go. It was nice to see ya. Again, I guess.
Yes, again.
later, Tatu. I'm watching the show.
But boss, that's important.
All right, Tatu. What is it?
It's about Mrs. Marsh. All afternoon, I was watching her to see which man she was in love with.
Tatu.
Boss, you think that's bad? Wait till I tell you the word. She does not look at any of those men. All afternoon, she's been looking at you.
At me?
I think you're the reason she came back to Fantasy Island. You're the one she's in love with.
There's always work for a good mechanic. The way to learn is working alongside a pro here at Apex Tech. Engines, transmissions, electrical, carburetors, fuel injection, brakes. As you learn how to use each tool, it goes into your toolbox. In 6 months, you get your certificate. We recommend you for a job. Your toolbox is full, yours to keep. It's that simple. Call us. Oh, and find out how much financial assistance towards your training you're entitled to from the government. Now, I can't call you. Get up and call us now. 633-6300.
A year ago, I made a resolution to take charge of my life. I'd seen that guy from Apex Technical School on TV 100 times before I finally made the call. You know, I can't call you. Within 6 months, I finished my training. Now I have a job I like, make a steady income. You know something funny? The hardest part was making the call. Don't wait any longer. Just call Apex now.
Apex Technical School, 212-633-6300.
The time is now.
Buying a mattress? Do it the easy way. Hello, I'm Anthony Page, president of EasyBed, where we carry every Sealy, Serta, Simmons, and Spring Air at the guaranteed lowest price. Just call. We'll help you select a quality mattress and deliver it right to your home. Fast. Satisfaction guaranteed. 1-800-EasyBed. Quality mattresses, same-day delivery, guaranteed lowest price. 1-800-EasyBed. Just call. It's that easy.
This collection of butter-flavored Crisco cookie maker recipes can be yours free. Try one and just watch what happens. Butter-flavored Crisco is the recipe for success. And with 50% less saturated fat than butter, it's ideal in these new butter-flavored Crisco cookie maker recipes, which can be yours free. Just call 1-800-4-BAKING. Call now and get these cookie maker baking tips, too. Call 1-800-4-BAKING now.
Ours is a small, poor village on the other side of the island. Hard-working people. Pearl farmers.
Pearls?
Every year, just when our pearls are harvested, Captain Fisk come with his gang and take most of them away from us.
And they leave us just enough to survive until the next year.
You ever tried fighting back?
Oh, once, a long time ago. Then Captain Fisk came along and did terrible things to us, to our village in retaliation. We are divers. We are pearl farmers. We're not fighters.
That's why we need your help.
To fight for you?
Maybe for a while, but more important is to teach us how to fight, so we can protect ourselves even after you're gone.
Gang of fence-cutting poachers, huh? Well, I guess I know what the Duke or Eastwood would do with a bunch of creeps like that.
Duke? Eastwood? Friends of yours?
Sort of. Birds of a feather. You know, kindred spirits. Well, I guess we'd better be moseying along.
We are here already.
And we're too late.
Where is Captain Fisk?
Bo couldn't make it, but he sent a message. He hoped you folks had a good year, because he can sure use the extra loot.
He has such contempt for us, he doesn't even bother to come himself anymore.
Save the violins. Give me the pearl.
Well, what have we here?
Mighty nice. Who does this belong to?
They're ours, smart guy.
They belong to the people of the village. We worked the whole year for them.
Well, boys, seems to be a little difference of opinion around here.
Hand them over, fella. Pronto. Or you're going to be sorry.
Wrong. You're the one who's going to be sorry. Any more discussion, Yo-Yo? Or do we have it all worked out?
Wait till we tell the captain. He's going to be mad. And you ain't going to like that. None of you. That I guarantee.
Dear grandfather, our pearls all safe.
Safe? For how long? An hour? A day? Only until Blue Fisk returns.
When the captain does come back, will you teach us how to fight him this time? Will you lead us?
I didn't ride all the way over here to lose.
I'm glad that the passion of the last piece has finally come to an end, because I think that...
Boss, where have you been? I've been looking all over for you.
You must know I've been looking out over the ocean.
Looking out over the ocean? Is something wrong with it?
I just had some thinking to do.
Don't worry, boss. I will have everything under control. I'm sure I can get Mrs. Marsh and her son on the first plane tomorrow morning. I may have to change certain things, but I think that's the best. After all, she came here under false pretense.
Do you ever foresee changing that?
Ladies and gentlemen, will you excuse me? I believe this is the dance Mrs. Marsh has promised me.
Mrs. Marsh,
it was good seeing you, C.B.
I would be most grateful if we could talk about the hospital school later on.
Well, right now, I don't know where I'd find the time.
He's not bothering you, I hope.
No. It's just that part of my life is over. I'm glad I lived it, but now it's time that I...
Leave it behind.
Yes, leave it behind forever. Is something wrong?
No, it's just that under this well-practiced facade of calm and poise, I feel like a teenage boy on his first date.
Why?
Because of something my friend Tattoo suspects. I'm almost afraid to say it.
What?
That I could be the man you came back to Fantasy Island for.
And if that's true?
Then the fantasy I've had for 4 years will finally come true as well.
stop worrying about juggling that flight out of here tomorrow morning.
Get up and get moving and put some real excitement in your life with travel career training. We're ready to train you now to work in travel agencies, airlines, cruise lines, hotels, and more. In just a few months, you could be on your way. Make your dreams become reality. Our schools are located in Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, and Jersey City. Call Betty Owen today at 1-800-257-8888. That's 1-800-257-8888.
Halloween doesn't have to be spooky. Not with Easter Seal Safe Halloween coupons. The safe treat that gives treatment. Safe Halloween coupons are good for treats at stores and restaurants. Give them to trick-or-treaters or treat yourself. Give Easter Seal Safe Halloween coupons because Halloween should be warm and friendly.
WPIX and Easter Seals wish your child a safe Halloween.
Still can't find your car, Tattoo?
Boss, I'm sure someone stole it. I left it last night right here.
Oh, come now. Who on Fantasy Island would dare do such a terrible... Chester!
Chester, come back. You thief. Butter, you stupid monkey.
I can see this is a much more serious problem than I thought before.
Chester, I get you for that. You rotten monkey.
Mr. Rourke! Mr. Rourke, you'll never believe what's been happening. Things beyond my wildest dreams. And today?
There will be no today.
What do you mean?
There'll be no today.
Your fantasy is over, Mr. Emerson. This check you gave me, it bounced.
Bounced? Then they've made a mistake.
Obviously, someone did. Shall we go?
Now, wait. Wait, you just can't turn my fantasy on and off like a faucet.
Really? Tattoo? Then perhaps you should try unbending this.
Mr. Rourke, look. I mean, you can't do this, please. I talked these people into sticking their necks out because of me. They think I'm strong enough to fight that band of outlaws who've been robbing them. Without me, believe me,
Yes, I can well imagine. It seems you defrauded them too, doesn't it?
I just can't leave them. What am I going to do?
Well, you're the man who wanted to be a hero, Mr. Emerson. I think perhaps you should figure that out.
But
I'm afraid I have other business to attend to. I must ask you that you make up your mind. You can either get in now and have a ride back to the main house, or stay here.
It's a very long walk.
But I can't leave them.
So be it. Good luck.
Don't you think you were a little hard on him?
Mr. Emerson wanted to be a hero, Tattoo. Now perhaps he's going to have a real chance to fulfill his fantasy.
What about Mrs. Marsh's fantasy?
If you must know, my friend, Helena is the reason I must get back.
fashion of spring.
Did you hear? Did you hear?
I didn't hear anything.
Mom and Mr. Rourke, they're going to be married.
That's very nice.
I've been looking all over for you.
Anna?
Not that we are worried. With you to lead us, Fiscal should be worried.
You people have put their faith in a phony.
What?
That man at the pool and Fisk's man, that was all Rourke's doing. Now I'm right back where I started from before I came to this island. A guy who never stood up to anything in his whole life.
I don't believe you.
Fortunately, it's true. Whether you believe me or not.
I see. I will get the horses. It was wrong for Simon and me to bring you here.
Letting me off the hook, huh? Just like that?
What choice do we have? We suffered before. No doubt we will again.
No. For whatever I'm worth, which isn't much, I've got to stay and do what I can.
Against such animals?
Animals?
Well, that's what they are, aren't they? Animals?
That's right. Animals. And even if I'm not the toughest man alive anymore, there's one thing I've got even Rourke can't take away from me. I'm a good engineer, and I can figure out ways to trap animals. Come on.
Oh, Tattoo, there you are. We've been looking everywhere for you. Is something wrong?
Nothing is wrong, boss. I'll be out of your way in a minute.
Out of my way?
Not gonna take me long.
Now, wait a minute. Your ledger, your computer, your favorite books, even your trumpet music?
I will clean my room out as soon as I finish here.
Tattoo, why?
Why? You don't have to draw me a picture. The boss is getting married. This is gonna be your house now. You don't want me to be around.
I see. And just where do you plan to move to, my friend?
Don't worry, boss. I'll find some place. Maybe behind the barn. I don't need a lot of room.
Tattoo, please don't do this.
What difference does that make to you anyway?
You are the best friend of the man that I'm going to marry. I would say it makes a great deal of difference to me. Besides, if you leave now, it'll be like breaking up our family before it even begins. It's true.
Then, how come I was the last one to know about you getting married?
Oh, so that's it. Tattoo, we didn't tell you because we didn't have a chance. Apparently, you took off from the fashion show immediately after talking to Jamie.
You were going to be the first person we told after Jamie.
Oh, yes.
We love you, Tattoo. And we want you to go on living here in this house just like you always have.
You really mean it?
With all my heart.
You too, boss?
Yes, me too. Now, will you start unpacking before we all start to cry?
Well, that's it. Another layoff. How long? Who knows? Man, I don't need this. Tell me about it.
If it's time you got serious about your career, Superior Training Services has the answer. In less time than you think, you can be working as a heavy equipment operator or as an over-the-road truck driver. Call Superior right now.
No matter where you've been, there's nothing like the feeling of coming home. unless you're the victim of a burglary. It's traumatizing to lose sentimental objects as well as your valuables. You feel violated, vulnerable. You've lost your peace of mind. That's why ADT, the leader in home security, developed SafeWatch, a unique security system that helps give you 24-hour protection. For a small monthly fee and a one-time installation charge, your home can be linked to an ADT alarm center. It's so easy to get the affordable security of SafeWatch. Isn't your peace of mind worth a simple phone call? Call this toll-free number today so that all your homecomings can be good ones.
ADT, we're home even when you're not.
ADT SafeWatch. Less than $1 a day. Call right now. 1-800-ADT-INFO. When you go to the bank for a home equity loan, do you ever get the feeling they're trying to tell you something? Once you get the message, call Statewide Capital. We'll get you money easily and quickly, even if you've been turned down by the bank. Use the equity in your home to get a home equity loan from $10,000 to $250,000 or more. No lines, no forms, and fast approvals. Statewide Capital gets you money easily. Call 1-800-DIAL-CASH. 1-800-DIAL-CASH.
Guy runs a red light. Bust my hip. I'm out of the hospital. And the insurance company says, don't go to a lawyer. Trust us. That's what the wolf said to Little Red Riding Hood. I went straight to Jacoby and Myers.
Jacoby and Myers has been on your side since 1972. For personal injuries, there are no fees until your case settles.
Me against the insurance companies? I like the odds better when there's someone on my side I can trust.
They're here, Captain Fisk and his men. And he looks really mad.
Spread out and push them out.
That ain't no man. That's a walking mountain. Well, as they say in the war movies, don't fight till you see the whites of their eyes. Careful, honey. Don't want anything happening to you.
There he is. Get him.
They're all yours, boys. Over this way. If you're looking for me, that is. Something tells me you are.
I got your girl, tough guy. Come on out, or you'll wind up with a broken arm.
No, Tommy, you can't.
Unhand her, you bum. This between you and me.
All right, punk. Let's get this settled. I'm gonna tear you apart with my bare hands.
Father, we've got to help him. Whiskey's going to kill him.
But he fight with 2 men yesterday, and he won.
But that was yesterday. Today he's as afraid as we are. He could have left, but he stayed. He said to fight our fight.
This kid was such a terrible man.
But don't he find the courage to fight him?
Say your prayers, tough guy. Your time's just about up.
bartenders are giving us a luau this evening.
Oh, what fun. Do all the fantasies turn out as wonderfully as mine?
Only when I wish them to. But you must remember, I've wished for this one to come true for 4 long years. Before you go in, always remember, now and forever, I love you more than anything in this world.
Mom, what? You'll never guess it's here.
Who?
It's Nana.
Nana Shastri?
Yes.
She worked for us at the hospital school. She practically raised Jamie.
Come on. Nana.
Oh, how wonderful to see you.
Oh, after the typhoon, we prayed so hard to find you, so hard. Now our prayers are answered.
Mom, Nana says we have to go back to India. We have to live there.
What? It was all in the letters we sent you. So many letters. You must not have gotten them. There was no reply.
I tried to talk to you before. There was a typhoon. It did much damage to the hospital school. The authorities say that if you do not come back, the buildings will be torn down.
But I don't understand. What about Dr. Chang and the others? Can't he do something?
Dr. Chen is an old man now. Sick most of the time.
The bankers say that the hospital school belongs to you, Dr. Marsh's widow, that if they are going to loan money to fix the damage the typhoon did, then you must come and take charge again. They have confidence in only you.
How badly is the hospital school damaged?
Many of the children sleep without a roof.
No roof? But the monsoons will be there soon.
Before the monsoons, the bulldozers will come next week if you are not there. Mrs. Marsh, please come back.
Have you made your decision? You are leaving, aren't you?
Is that what you want?
Every ounce of my body wants you to stay. Every breath of my soul. But only if you could be happy.
How could I not be happy here with you?
Because you're running. You've been running for 4 years, Helena. Ever since your husband died. Tell me the truth. The letters Nana sent you. Didn't you get any of them?
What are you saying?
I don't think you came back to Fantasy Island for me. I think deep inside of you, you have a need, maybe even a sense of guilt, to carry on the work you and your husband began.
But I saw it kill him. 18, 20 hours a day. It was never enough. First there was room for 20 children, then 50, 100, finally 200. But it was never enough. It was never enough.
Taking care of 200 children is a marvelous accomplishment.
You make the same mistake everyone else does. It wasn't the 200 that we took care of that killed my husband. It was the 200 that we couldn't. And not 200 a year or a month or even a week. 200 a day. That's how many children die in the streets of Calcutta every day of every year from lack of food and medication. You know what upsets me the most is that Jamie wants to be just like his father. He wants to spend his life helping those who can't help themselves.
I could give you the money to repair the hospital, Helena. But that wouldn't solve anything. You need them as much as they need you.
But I love you.
I know. I know. But sometimes in life, there are things more important than personal considerations. It's time for you to go home, Helena.
Come with me.
And take away the fantasies of everyone who comes here.
You couldn't do that any more than I can refuse to go back. We live on two different planets, don't we?
My land of fantasies to yours of desperate reality.
You knew this afternoon, didn't you? When you took me back to the bungalow, you said, always remember that I love you more than anything in this world.
But I also knew then that fantasies are very fragile things. Like a child's bubble floating on the air.
But it's not a fantasy. I love you. And you said you loved me.
That part will always be true. Always.
Tomorrow, Best Talk on location. We're going to jail.
Get up and get moving and put some real excitement in your life with travel career training. We're ready to train you now to work in travel agencies, airlines, cruise lines, hotels, and more. In just a few months, you could be on your way. Make your dreams become reality. Our schools are located in Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, and Jersey City. Call Betty Owen today at 1-800-257-8888. That's 1-800-257-8888.
Our dentist gave us the word about healthier teeth and gums.
Baking soda. So we tried Arm & Hammer Dental Care, the baking soda toothpaste with fluoride.
A survey shows 2 out of 3 dentists and hygienists recommend baking soda for healthier teeth and gums.
My mouth feels minty fresh.
And clean.
Arm & Hammer Dental Care for healthier teeth and gums.
Put me in the freezer. I'll keep ice cubes smelling fresh. Arm & Hammer Baking Soda. 1 in the fridge and 1 in the freezer.
This is a dagger that can slowly bleed you to death. This is a bullet that can take your life in a second. And this is a bomb that can blow up inside of your brain. In fact, all of these drugs are dangerous weapons. Weapons that can ruin your life or end your life. So the next time someone tells you to try drugs, run. Run like someone has put a gun to your head.
Mr. Rourke. Oh, Mr. Emerson, I am so sorry about our little misunderstanding.
Your check was good all along, but a computer error. That happens every day.
Somehow I get the feeling that you knew my check was good all the time.
Really? Interesting thought.
Yes. By the way, you think there might be an extra seat on the plane today?
Of course. Good luck, Mr. Emerson.
Mr. Rourke.
Goodbye, Jamie. Be a good boy. Take care of your mother for me, will you?
Yes. I wish you well, sir.
Thank you.
Twice in my life, I've had to say goodbye to the man I loved.
Goodbye, Helena. If you should ever need me.
Goodbye,
Goodbye. Everything on Fantasy Island. You must have known that the newspaper, once he saw Mrs. Marsh in a fashion show, it would call India. They've been looking for her for a long time.
Yes, that too I knew.
If you love her so much, why did you let it happen?
Don't you understand, my friend? It's because I do love her that I had to let it happen.
Next time on Cheers, Sam and Carla dribble in and score this great practical joke on Gary from the bar down the street.
We don't have rats.
Oh, now it's war. Bar versus bar, gag for gag, and may the best tavern win.
And I'm Clifford C. Cliff.
Like the new Cliff and Normie show, you know, the one you can't turn off. And how about Rebecca's new all-wool rug? Oh, that's bad.
What makes you say that?
It's Joker's Wild. Next time on Cheers.
Tonight at 11 on Channel 11.
Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Hey, baby!
Want to find your Romeo? Call author and numerologist Gene Simpson now at 1-900-86-all-zeros.
You're in the #1 personal day. Expect romance and fun.
Call 1-900-860-all-zeros now from any touch-tone phone. Your forecast changes daily, so call 1-900-86-all-zeros for a new message every day. $2 first minute, $1 each edition.
Now, I can't call you. You have to call us. 633-6300.
That guy from Apex is right. I'm tired of falling through on promises that I've made. Promises to the people I owe money to my family. Not to mention the promises I've made to myself. The time has come for me to take charge and do something about my life.
Call Apex Technical School, 212-633-6300.
The time is now.
It's your old pals along with some new friends in Chippendale's Rescue Rangers.
Today at 4:30 on Channel 11.
Have Gabble will travel. Judge Wapner and the People's Court are traveling across America to try new cases in new places. So check out the People's Court every night at 7 on Channel 11. Now stay tuned for Little House on the Prairie.